Let's get into that series.
Yeah, let's get into that.
Let's get into that game because I got to talk
You're a Red Sox fan.
about my Boston Red Sox.
You had a lot of fun yesterday, didn't you?
Oh, my goodness. So, here's the thing. So, game one, the Red Sox get blanked. Shutout, 5-0.
Tough loss.
Pretty tough loss. Solid performance from the Rays pitching staff.
Randy Arozarena.
From top to bottom. McClanahan all the way down.
Right.
Really good pitching performance from them.
And then you got playoff Randy.
Playoff Randy stealing home.
And hitting a home run.
It was electric, if I'm going to be honest.
Yeah,
even as a Red Sox fan, seeing somebody steal home in the playoffs, absolutely electric.
Yeah, unbelievable.
As electric as Tropicana Field can be, which is not great. Anyway,
not very.
Whole nother story for another time. Going into game two, I'm thinking, okay, game two is the best game for the Red Sox to win.
Right. You told me that before during the pre-show. You're like, this
game
is
two
the game.
is the game where they can win.
Right.
Chris Sale on the mound.
Right.
That's what I thought before the game.
Yeah.
The Red Sox get 2 runs in the first inning. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, this is great. This is awesome. Chris Sale on the hill. Give me 5-6 innings. That's all I really need.
Yeah.
7 would be amazing, but it's a playoff, so 5 or 6.
Yep.
Keep it maybe 1-run ball. All of a sudden, we're in a chance to win a 2-1 game, and that didn't happen.
Yeah.
A grand slam from Jordan Luplow.
Unbelievable.
Like a 203 hitter. They traded for him at the deadline. Nobody said a word about it. They put him at first base.
Right.
It's like Moneyball, it's just like the movie.
Right.
And he hits a grand slam off Chris Sale because supposedly he hits lefties just as well as Rafael Devers in terms of numbers-wise. That's what I heard in the broadcast in game one. So
it was a high fastball that was out of the zone.
Out of the zone, and he yanked it, for a grand slam.
Ridiculous.
Incredible. The Rays they find a way to win with whoever. And then I'm thinking, okay, the Rays are going to sweep the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah.
At that point, it's 5-2. Sale's out of the game. Houck is in, who's young, dominant at times, but young.
Yeah.
So you worry about that in the playoffs.
Right.
And he dealt. I mean, I have to give him a ton of credit.
What a performance from Tanner
Absolute incredible performance. Even Pivetta in game one when Eduardo Rodriguez got roughed up.
Mm-hmm.
Credit to those guys for bridging, eating up innings, and not just eating up innings, but limiting, the Rays to 1 run each in those 2 games. That was huge. I mean, the Red Sox didn't come back in game one, but Pivetta gave them an opportunity to.
Yeah.
And Houck did exactly that as well. He limited the Rays. He kept the Rays right there.
That's 5 innings of 1 run
So when
ball.
Bogarts, Verdugo, and then you had the Kike homer as well. When they're fighting back in the game, that lead is staying at just, the Rays aren't really adding on. It's 5-2, and it's 5-3. And all of a sudden, we're tied at 5. And then you have, of course, the big one with JD Martinez, fresh off of injury, right back into the roster. He wasn't even on the roster for the wild card game. Right back into the roster, right back into the lineup after missing 1 game in the series. And then that was electric. I was loving every second of it. And then you add on, you tack on, you get that insurance. And then it turned out to be ugly. I mean, this is just an unbelievable game. We went from, the Red Sox are going to get swept in the first inning.
So the Red Sox might win the series.
So all of a sudden, the Red Sox might win this series because now you go back to Fenway with Nathan Eovaldi on the mound for game 3, who has been
playoff.
Eduardo Rodriguez and Chris Sale. That's a huge concern. Both of those guys struggling.
I
don't want to get too positive because that's an incredible concern. You need Chris Sale if you're going to make a playoff run. If you're going to beat the Rays, you need Chris Sale to have a chances are he'll probably get another start in this series if it goes the distance. You need him to be lights out. You really do. It's 2 bad starts in a row. Going back to the end of the regular season against the
Nationals,
games you have to win. He struggled. And then against the Rays here. So that's a concern. But Eovaldi, we saw in that wild card game how dominant he can be.
Yep.
I'm sorry to say that, Tyler, but it's true.
It's true.
As the Yankees fan that you are.
Yep, it's true.
But it's true. And at Fenway Park, that crowd's going to be absolutely rocking, especially coming off that victory.
Right.
Coming off that momentum. But then again, it's the Tampa Bay Rays.
The Rays
and
are
don't they
dangerous.
just find a way to win? They find a way to win games. They find a way to win series. That's my. I really don't. I still don't think. I hate to say this. I still don't think the Boston Red Sox can win this series just after. I'm so high off of last night, but I also want to remind myself. The Rays are the better team.
Grounded. The Rays are a great team.
The Rays are very well could be a World Series team.
Right.
So I don't know. I just think there are concerns with the Red Sox pitching. They can hit. We've seen it.
They can hit.
Bogarts, all of a sudden, he really struggled in the month of September.
Right. He
October,
turned it on.
Absolutely turned it on. Verdugo's been great. Kike Hernandez
has
5 hits.
Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness. JD Devers has been tremendous.
Yep. That 2 through 7.
Christian Vasquez, you go down there. He hit a couple big hits as well. This lineup is incredibly deep, so they can keep you in any game. But the pitching wins playoff games. I really do believe that. Bullpen wins playoff games. The Red Sox bullpen has been solid, which has been amazing.
Right.
A miracle almost.
Unbelievable.
But it's the starting pitching. It's Chris Sale.
Yep.
It's Eduardo Rodriguez as well. It's Evaldi, coming up on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
Or Saturday? No, Sunday.
No, Sunday.
Excuse me, yeah. Sunday. Off. They have today off, traveling to Fenway.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. It's just hard. It's still hard for me to say confidently, even that I think the series could go the distance, maybe. Of course, it's a 5-game series, so that would be 5 games. And you only have to win one more to get to that. But I don't know. This Rays team, they're find a way,
dangerous.
don't they?
They're dangerous, man.
They are dangerous.
I saw it firsthand as a Yankee fan. I saw this Rays team pretty much take away our hopes of being the home wild card seed.
Which made an absolutely huge difference. We're not going to get into that, but that made a huge difference in that game.
But, the Rays are an unbelievable team. They have such great young talent from top to bottom. And I texted one of my friends this before. The fact that they can have guys like Austin Meadows and Joey Wendell on the bench in a wild card game and not miss a step, it's unbelievable. They have so much depth from top to bottom in that lineup. And these are not big-name guys. Like, the only real big-name guys are Wander Franco and Randy Arozarena.
Wander Franco is 20 years old.
He cannot legally
That's
drink.
how old we are. And he is playing in an ALDS in a huge playoff game. I mean, that's incredible.
Good. He's so good at baseball. He can't legally drink, and he's a superstar. As Jeff Passan said, he's one of the top 25 players in baseball. I agree with that. I'm going to be honest.
It's a bold take.
It's a bold take.
I don't think he's there yet. I think you got to slow the hype train on him a little bit. But he sure is a star. Randy Arozarena's a star for this lineup as well. But outside of that, it's Jordan Luplow.
G-Man Choi.
It's G-Man Choi. Yeah.
Yeah, small names, but they are postseason killers.
They are.
This is going to be. Listen, I'm going to be honest with you, Sam. I'm sorry. I thought that the Rays were going to sweep the Red Sox.
You thought the Rays would sweep the Red Sox. I thought the Red Sox would get one game.
Yeah, and this was the game.
And I'm a Red Sox fan.
And
so
this
I guess I was right, but I was right for all the wrong reasons.
Right.
So, but now I think this series could very well go the distance. It's turned into,
especially
after game one, everyone was thinking. It was kind of like the White Sox and Astros. Everyone was thinking, okay, this series is really kind of a dud. It's not going to be anything.
Exactly.
Playing at Tropicana Field, I think, takes some of the energy out of postseason baseball. Unfortunately, that's why being at Fenway will be nice.
It's gonna be fun.
But the thought was, okay, it's kind of over even after game one.
Right.
And the Red Sox find a way back in this game, and all of a sudden you're thinking, okay, this could be a series.
Right.
This could be a series.
The thing about the Red Sox that they will need to do, they can hit. We all know this.
Yep.
They had 20 hits yesterday.
20 hits.
Was that a Red Sox record?
It was, yeah, most in their postseason history, which is
14
incredible.
Runs. Unbelievable offense.
Yeah.
There are 2 through 6 is probably 1 through 6 is one of the most dangerous cores that in baseball.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
Yeah.
And the thing about the Rays that their one flaw is their starting pitching. Extremely young.
It is young.
Extremely young. We don't know what their ceiling is.
Yeah.
But we don't know if they can be those guys right now.
Yep.
We saw yesterday with Shane Baz.
Yeah.
Shane Baz is a very talented kid. He was a player to be named later in that egregious deal between the Pirates and the Rays to get Chris Archer.
Yep.
Glasnow, Meadows, Baz.
Yep.
But he's still young.
He's still young.
He's still, he's still not there yet.
Yeah. And that's the thing.
Yeah.
It's a broader conversation with Moneyball and with these teams. It makes sense on paper, but when you go into a playoff game and in an environment, you don't know. You really don't know who's going to step up. So
it's an away environment, a raucous environment in Boston where they have probably some of the best fans in baseball, best fans in sports.
Yeah,
and I hate to admit it because I'm a New York guy.
I love hearing that, Tyler.
I hate to admit it.
It's the truth. Fenway is an incredible place to play a playoff game. Fans are right on you.
Exactly. We saw it in the bullpen with Garrett Cole.
You see it everywhere. It's a smaller stadium. The fans are right on you. So
it's a family environment, and everybody's just excited to be there.
It's going to be awesome.
It's a fun place.
It's going to be a great series.